Hey guys, it's Shane. Well, this video is going to be talking about relationship problems. Okay, so when you're in a relationship, at least from my view, I think that your spouse, lover, whatever you want to call them, should always be on your side. When you're wrong, on your side. When you're right, on your side. Of course, unless you guys are arguing, then you normally aren't on each other's side, because that's what an argument's about. But when it's around someone else, if you're, having a problem, your lover should be on your side. Well, that doesn't always happen. See, almost every time that I have a problem with someone else, my fiance Michael is on their side. Or he doesn't want to pick a side, which really bugs me because I'm always on his side. Even when I know he's being wrong and he's being the dick or he's causing the problem, I'm on his side. And I try not to make it seem like he's right, but I try to make it better by letting him know that I'm there for him and I agree with him and that, things could go differently, but not exactly saying, well, you're right. Well, see, that doesn't happen with me. Okay, so when someone's screaming and yelling at you and, you're trying to avoid a situation and you're trying to just leave so you can get away from that certain situation, and then that person decides, well, he's going to get his jacket and leave, I should just go and try to punch him. And I push that person back and try to get them away from me without fighting, and then my fiance still yells at me while I'm trying to go away from the situation. And then that person pushes again and tries to hit me again and again, and I just keep pushing and pushing. And finally, I swing and hit that bitch in the head. And then I was like, okay, I'm done. I shouldn't have fucking hit her. I shouldn't fucking be doing any of that. No, because it's wrong to hit a woman. Yes, I know this. But when I'm being blocked into a corner, I got two people yelling at me for something that I didn't cause any problems that I'm trying to avoid. Okay. And I've got two people yelling, yes, I'll defend myself. Okay. And then even after that, I was like, I gotta go. And I'm trying to get my jacket, and this bitch is swinging and swinging and swinging and swinging and missing because I don't know, either she doesn't know how to fight or I'm just very good at fucking blocking shit. And, well, then come home, and then your spouse is still mad at you. And when you're in tears, crying about how that's how it's been your whole life, people trying to fight you, people trying to be rude to you, having to defend yourself. And then your spouse decides to break shit around the house that gets left for you to clean up, well, for me to clean up. I think that's just really wrong. I think that, your lover should always be on your side, and especially in a situation like that, when someone's trying to cause a problem with you and you're trying to avoid it, your spouse should be right on your side and not against you. A word to people out there who are having problems with relationships. Just beware of who you're with, okay? Know how they are and talk to them about it and make sure that they're going to be on your side. Don't ever just expect them because, well, most of them probably will be on your side, but those that won't, you've got to know and you've got to be prepared for when that time comes that you really need them and they're just going to leave you alone to deal with it. And then, of course, get mad at you. I think somebody's here. No, maybe not. So, just a word to all those people out there. Just be very careful. I mean, problems are solved now, well, between me and Michael. Mm, that bitch has a black eye. She shouldn't have came at me. I don't feel happy about it. God forbid, no. I feel like a piece of shit for having to hit a woman, but you know what? She wants to come swinging at me like a man. She's going to treat like, and she wasn't even treated like a man. Okay? She called me a faggot. I really would have just rocked her world and kicked it, but I knew it wasn't the right thing to do, and I shouldn't have even hit her in the first place. But I was just trying to leave, and I'm getting swung at, and swung at, and swung at, and being yelled at by my boyfriend for just blocking her with my hand, blocking her. I just don't know how to do anything right, I guess. No, don't ever take it out on yourself. You need to fix their problems, not their problems. You need to fix the problems in your relationship and work on them. Because if you don't, you're just going to end up with a terrible, terrible relationship, and you do not want that. Relationships are tough. It's definitely tough when you move out, when you're on your own with that person that you love. It's definitely tough. You got to worry about bills. You got to worry about your house staying clean. You got to worry about how you're going to eat. You're going to have to worry about what you're going to cook. When you're going to have friends over, your guests over, are they going to stay? You have a whole list of things to worry about now that you didn't have to worry about before. Okay, you have to worry about where you're getting your money, you know, maintaining a job, maintaining your bills, and it's just a lot of stress. And that stress can take its toll on your relationship. It definitely has on mine. I mean, I don't even have a job. I've looked everywhere. I've tried everywhere. I can't do it. I have too much social anxiety to go back to school. So I'm going to have to do an at-home school program. Uh, and, I stay home and clean the house. And I'd make sure that, my lover feels great all the time. Give him foot massages when he comes home, back massages. You gotta take care of it. And it's stressful, especially when you do so much and you seem like you seem to get very little in return. And I guess that's just part of life. I'm not exactly sure. This is a very new experience for me, and I'm sure it's a very new experience for a lot of people. I don't know if you can see there on the table is our broken lamp. You kind of see a lamp shade. There is the rock band thing with one of the drums hanging by a wire. You don't want to get to that point where you get that angry. You don't want to make someone get to that point. Well, even if you're not trying, as in my situation, I wasn't trying to get him angry. I was in tears, trying to explain to him I don't like fights. I don't like getting into fights, but I will if I have to. And that I wasn't trying. I was trying to leave, and I was upset that he wasn't defending me. During the whole argument that led up to this fight, he was just egging her on. No, and I'm sitting there getting really agitated and just want to go and just leave it alone. And we can talk about it another time. And it was something so stupid that I'm not going to get into because it's so retarded. And they're just going on and on and on about this thing. And sure enough, came into a fight, and I didn't even get backed up on it. My fiance was mad at me, which doesn't make too much sense to me. But since when do relationships make sense, right? So I get to clean up the house, clean up his broken mess, clean up all this broken glass on the floor, throw out that lamp, put in a new lamp. I guess that's life. You gotta deal with the repercussions of a fight, I guess, and just keep moving on.